Hello everyone, I'm Janine Sigalang and I am one of the reporters from Group 4. My topic is all about the executive and legislature branch of the Philippines. Executive branch of the Philippines. The Philippines Constitution establishes a separation of powers, creating an executive branch led by a president who serve as both head of government and head of state. Sabi po dito, itinatagpo ng Philippines Constitution yung separation po of powers na kung saan po it is led by the president o ang pamahalaan ng Pilipinas ay pinamumunuan ng presidente. Ang presidente ng Pilipinas ay nagsiserve both head of government and the head of the state. The president is elected alongside a separately elected vice president and works within a framework of checks and balances that include a bicameral legislature and an independent judiciary. Ang presidente po ay ang most powerful person in the executive branch na elected by the people and sila ay nagsaserve ng single 6-year term. They are responsible for enforcing laws, leading government, representing the Philippines, commanding the armed forces, and etc. Vice President. Ang Vice President naman po ay ang ikalawang pinakamataas na opisyal sa executive branch and is elected separately from the President. In the event that the President cannot fulfill their duties, the Vice President assumes the presidency. And yung tinutukoy po dito na checks and balances, while the executive branch holds significant power, ito ay may mga checks mula sa legislative at judicial na branch to ensure the balance in the government. Congress or the legislative ay may power na magbeto, reject presidential appointments, and pass laws that impact the executive branch. The Supreme Court or the judiciary has the authority to review executive actions and if found kung ito ay labag sa Constitution, ay maaaring ideklarang wala itong bisa. Notably, the President cannot dissolve Congress and legislative actions such as overriding a presidential veto require a 2/3 majority vote. Hindi maaaring tanggalin ng President ang Kongreso kapag ang isang action ng President ay kanilang pinagdududahan or meron silang doubt kung ito ba ay sumusunod sa Constitution. The Court of Supreme has the authority o meron silang karapatan to review the constitutionality of the President actions o yung actions pa ng President ay legal at permissible. The executive functions are managed by the Cabinet, composed of department heads appointed by the President with congressional consent. O, ito po yung mga gabinete. Sila po yung itinalaga ng President, yung tumutulong sa President, nangangasiwa o nagmamanage sa Department of Government. For example po sa Department of Health and Department of Education. Ang Pangulo ay namamahala sa executive departments to ensure na tapat na naipapatupad ang mga batas. Key powers include appointing department heads and ambassadors, granting amnesty, and negotiating treaties which must be ratified by the Senate. The President has authority o meron siyang karapatan to choose individual to lead various government departments. Katulad nga po ng sinabi ko kanina, the Departments of Health, Department of Education, and etc. These individuals, ang tinatawag po sa kanila ay secretaries or ministers, depending on the country po. Pero dito po sa Pilipinas, sila po ay tinatawag na secretaries. Granting amnesty. Ito naman po yung power na inaalaw ang president na mag-offer ng second chance to those people po na involved in act against the government or sa isang krimen para maging daan po ng pagkakaroon ng kasunduan at kapayapaan. For example po, pwede na magbigay ng amnesty ang presidente sa mga taong laban sa gobyerno o yung mga tao po na nagpoprotesta as part po of effort to promote peace and stability sa ating bansa. At ito naman pong negotiating treaties. Ito po yung may power po ang president na makipagnegosasyon at pag-usapan ng mga conditions ng mga kasunduan sa ibang mga bansa, karaniwan sa pamamagitan ng mga foreign minister or diplomats, which must be ratified by the Senate. Ibig sabihin, kailangan ng pag-aproba ng Senado sa pamamagitan ng boto para gawing legal ang kasunduan sa bansa. The system of checks and balances ay sinisigurado po ng presidente na hindi niya po gagamitin yung kanyang power o yung kanyang karapatan na gumawa ng mga decisions na walang tamang pagsusuri at pag-aproba mula sa ibang kagawaran ng gobyerno and preventing nga po yung abuse of power. To prevent abuses seen during the Marcos regime, the Constitution imposes restrictions such as prohibiting the president's spouse from holding government positions and requiring public disclosure of presidential health issues. Martial law can be declared for a maximum of 60 days, subject to congressional notification and potential revocation. Ang mga restrictions na isinulong ng 1987 Philippine Constitution upang maiwasan o to prevent ang mga uri ng pang-uubuso ng kapangyarihan na nangyari noong panahon ng Marcos regime, lalo na sa panahon ng martial law. Upang maiwasan na maulit ang mga ganitong sitwasyon, direkta na ipinagbawal ng 1987's Constitution ng asawa ng Pangulo na humawak ng anumang posisyon o opisina sa gobyerno. At ngayon, ang Constitution ay nag-uutos na ang kalusugan ng Pangulo ay kailangan ipaalam sa publiko, lalo na kung ito ay nakakaapekto sa kanyang kakayahang mamuno. Ang Constitution ay nagtatakda ng limit na tagal ng martial law na hindi dapat lumagpas sa 60 na araw. Next is the Legislature of the Philippines. The Philippines Congress consists of two chambers, a 24-seat Senate and a 287-seat House of Representatives. Senators serve 6-year terms and are elected nationally, often representing elite interests. The House includes elected representatives from district and party list member representing various sectors. Ang Kongreso ng Pilipinas ay binubuo ng dalawang kongreso, ang Senado na may 24 na senador at ang House of Representatives na may 287 na members. Ang mga senador ay nagsiserve ng 6 na taon at elected sa buong bansa. Ang Kongreso ay kinabibilangan ng mga elected representatives mula sa mga district at mga member ng party list na nagre-represent sa iba't ibang sector. The Senate Authority, yung kanilang karapatan na bawiin ang veto ng Pangulo o yung power ng President na mag-reject ng panukalang batas. Ang Senado ay may power na bawiin ito gamit ang 2/3 majority at sinisigurado na hindi basta-basta may iwasan ng Pangulo ang mga batas na may widespread support mula sa Kongreso. Both houses have limitations on terms, with representatives serving 3-year terms and senators limited to 2 consecutive terms. The President can appoint additional members from underrepresented sectors, but this has been underutilized. Representative. The House of Representatives and the Senate ay may mga limitation on terms, kung saan ang mga representative ay nagsiserve ng 3 taon at ang mga senador ay limitado sa 2 magkakasunod na termino. Ang presidente ay pwedeng magtalaga ng karagdagang mga members mula sa mga sektor na hindi sapat ang representasyon, ngunit hindi pa ito karaniwang ginagamit. Elections for Congress were established in 1987 after years of martial law. While the Senate is seen as a prestigious body with a national perspective, the House has faced criticism for inefficiency and lack of accountability, prompting civil society initiatives to monitor congressional activities. The statement discussed the establishment of election for Congress in the Philippines in 1987 matapos ang mga taon ng martial law sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Ferdinand Marcos Sr., pati na rin ang mga distinct roles and reputation of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Matapos ang panahon ng martial law, ang mga election para sa Kongreso ay muling ipinag-utos noong 1987 sa ilalim ng bagong demokratikong sistema na nagbigay ng pagkakataon sa mga mamamayan na magbigay ng kanilang opinyon sa proseso ng paggawa ng batas. While the Senate is seen as a prestigious national body, ang House of Representatives naman ay nakatanggap ng mga kritikismo tungkol sa pagiging hindi epektibo at kakulangan sa accountability. Kasama na ang mabagal na proseso ng paggawa ng batas at ang ilang members ay nag-focus on local interests over national concerns. And that's all. Thank you.